If you're over 60, here's the truth. The difference between feeling fragile and living strong and independent often comes down to just a handful of simple exercises. Every year after 60, we naturally lose muscle, balance, and mobility. But studies show the right exercises can slow, even reverse that decline. And no, you don't need a gym, heavy weights, or long workouts. Today I'll show you 5 essential exercises every older adult should do to protect your strength, balance, and freedom for years to come. Welcome back to Ageless Warrior, and this channel is all about helping adults over 50 and 60 stay active, strong, and confident with safe, science-backed routines. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button so you never miss weekly videos designed for your health and independence. Now, let us jump into the 5 movements that experts and decades of research say you must keep in your routine. Let's start with the most important movement for every older adult, the sit to stand, also called the chair squat. This exercise is so simple that most people overlook it. But here is the truth. Being able to stand up from a chair on your own is one of the strongest signs of independence as you age. If you can do this movement confidently, you'll have a much easier time getting out of bed, climbing stairs, or even standing up after a long meal with family. Here's exactly how to do it. Find a sturdy chair, one that doesn't roll or wobble. Sit down with your back straight, feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Place your hands lightly on your thighs, or cross your arms over your chest if you want more of a challenge. Now, lean forward just a little so your weight shifts onto your feet. Press down through your heels and slowly rise up to a standing position. Once you're standing tall, pause for a second. Then sit back down slowly and with control. That's 1 repetition. Do this 8 to 12 times, rest, and aim for 2 or 3 rounds. Now, why is this so important? Because it directly trains the muscles you use every single day. Your thighs, especially your quadriceps, do the work of straightening your knees. Your glutes, the big muscles in your hips, push your body upward. Together, they give you the strength to get out of chairs, cars, and even the toilet without needing help. Another huge benefit is balance. When you practice standing up and sitting down without using your arms, your body learns how to control itself better. That means fewer stumbles, fewer near falls, and more confidence when you're moving around the house or outdoors. Here's a tip: don't rush. The slower you go, the more your muscles have to work. Think of it as training your body for real life. Sometimes you'll need to get up quickly, but most of the time, controlled movement is what keeps you safe. And don't worry if this feels hard at first. You can make it easier by using a slightly higher chair or by placing a cushion on the seat to reduce the distance you need to stand. You can also use your hands lightly to push from your thighs until your legs get stronger. Over time, try to reduce the amount of help your arms give you. Now here's something interesting. Researchers have found that older adults who practice sit-to-stand exercises regularly not only get stronger legs, but they also walk faster, climb stairs more easily, and report feeling more independent in daily life. One study even showed that this exercise alone reduced the risk of falling by over 30% when practiced consistently. That's a huge difference for something so simple. And here's the best part. You don't need equipment, you don't need a gym, and you can do it anywhere. Just a few minutes a day is enough to make real improvements. So remember, the sit to stand is not just an exercise. It's a test of your independence, a way to build confidence, and one of the most powerful tools you have to stay strong after 60. Practice it regularly, and you'll be surprised how much easier your daily life becomes. The second exercise every older adult should do is the glute bridge. Now, I know the name sounds a little fancy, but the move itself is simple and extremely powerful. If the first exercise, the chair squat, is about getting up and down safely, this one is about building the deep strength that keeps your hips, back, and posture working properly. Here's how to do it. Lie down on your back on a comfortable surface, like a yoga mat, or even your bed if you need extra support. Bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Keep your arms relaxed by your sides with your palms facing down. Now, press your heels into the ground and gently lift your hips toward the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes, the big muscles in your backside, as you lift. Hold the top position for just a second, making sure your body forms a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Then slowly lower your hips back down with control. That's 1 repetition. Aim for 10 to 15 reps, and repeat for 2 or 3 sets. Now let's talk about why this is so important. As we get older, many of us spend more time sitting. in chairs, on couches, even in cars. The problem is that sitting for long hours turns off the glutes. They get weaker, and when the glutes are weak, the lower back and hips are forced to work harder. That can lead to back pain, poor posture, and even difficulty walking with a steady stride. The glute bridge fixes this by reactivating those muscles. It doesn't just work the glutes, it also strengthens the lower back, the core, and the deep abdominal muscles. This whole group of muscles is called your posterior chain, and it's basically the engine that powers every step you take. Here's the good news. The glute bridge is gentle. There's no joint stress, no jumping, no complicated equipment. It's low impact, but very effective. In fact, studies have shown that older adults who add the glute bridge to their routines often report less back pain, better posture, and greater ease when climbing stairs or walking longer distances. And because you're lying down, it's also one of the safest positions to train strength. You don't have to worry about balance or falling. That makes it especially useful if you're just starting out or if you've had issues with balance in the past. Let me give you some tips to get the most out of this movement. Don't arch your lower back when you lift. The power should come from your hips, not from straining your spine. Focus on pressing through your heels, not your toes. That way, the work goes directly into your glutes and hamstrings. And breathe. Inhale as you lower your hips. Exhale as you lift them up. Breathing keeps the core engaged and helps with control. Now, if the basic glute bridge starts to feel too easy, you can progress. You can hold the top position for 3 to 5 seconds instead of 1, really squeezing your glutes. You can also lift one leg at a time, though this should only be done once you feel very stable with both feet. The beauty of the glute bridge is that it's simple, it's safe, and it targets the exact muscles that so often get neglected after 60. And when those muscles are stronger, you'll notice it everywhere. Walking, standing, climbing stairs, even just getting out of bed in the morning. So make the glute bridge part of your weekly routine, 2 or 3 times a week. It doesn't take long, but the benefits will stay with you every single day. The third essential exercise for older adults is the side plank. Now, this movement might look simple at first glance, but don't underestimate it. The side plank is one of the best ways to build stability, protect your spine, and train your body to resist the very kind of sideways imbalance that causes so many falls after 60. Think about daily life. When you step off a curb, reach to the side to grab something, or turn quickly in the kitchen, your body is dealing with sideways forces. If the muscles on the side of your body aren't strong enough to handle that, you wobble. And sometimes that wobble turns into a fall. That's where the side plank comes in. Let's walk through it step by step. Start by lying on your side on a comfortable mat or carpet. Bend your knees slightly if you're new to this exercise. This makes the position more stable and beginner-friendly. Place your elbow directly under your shoulder. This is important. If your elbow is too far out, you'll put unnecessary stress on your joint. Now gently press into your forearm and lift your hips up off the ground. Your body should form a straight line from your head down to your knees. Keep your chest open, your shoulders stacked one above the other, and your breathing calm and steady. Hold this position for 10 to 20 seconds, then slowly lower back down. Switch sides and repeat. That's the beginner version. Once you feel stronger and more confident, you can progress to the full version. Straighten your legs and support yourself on the side of your foot instead of your knee. Now your body forms a straight line from head to heels, and the exercise becomes much more challenging. Why is this exercise so important? Because it strengthens your obliques, the muscles on the side of your abdomen. These muscles play a key role in keeping you upright when something pushes you off balance. They also support your spine and help you twist, turn, and bend safely. But that's not all. The side plank also works the deep stabilizers in your hips and lower back. Together, these muscles form a support system that holds your body steady during everyday activities. When they're weak, your pelvis tilts, your spine gets overloaded, and your chances of stumbling increase. When they're strong, your movements feel controlled and balanced. Let's talk benefits. Fall prevention. This is the big one. By training your side core, you reduce your risk of falling sideways, which is one of the most common and dangerous directions for a fall. Spinal health. Unlike many exercises that load the spine, the side plank actually takes pressure off it. It encourages a neutral alignment, which is great for people with lower back discomfort. Posture improvement. Strong obliques help keep your shoulders level and your torso upright, preventing that slouched look that often develops with age. Functional strength. Whether you're turning to check your blind spot while driving, carrying groceries on one side, or even playing with your grandkids, the side plank trains the exact muscles you use in these movements. Now, here are some common mistakes to avoid. Don't let your hips sag toward the floor. That means your muscles aren't engaged. Instead, think about lifting your hips toward the ceiling. Don't push your shoulder up into your ear. Keep your neck relaxed and your shoulder blades gently pulled down. Don't hold your breath. Breathing keeps your muscles oxygenated and your core engaged. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. If the full hold feels too difficult at first, here are some easy modifications. Instead of holding the position, lift your hips up and down slowly for a few reps. This builds strength while giving you breaks in between. Place a pillow under your hip for comfort, especially if you're on a hard floor. Hold for just 5 seconds at a time, rest, then repeat. Over the weeks, you can build up to longer holds, and once you're ready for more challenge, here are progressions. Try lifting your top arm toward the ceiling, which forces your body to stabilize even more. Or raise your top leg a few inches while holding the plank. This turns it into a full core and hip challenge. Science backs this up. Research has shown that isometric core exercises, like the side plank, improve postural endurance, your ability to keep your spine aligned while moving. That means fewer wobbles, fewer stumbles, and better coordination. It's not just about strength, but about teaching your body how to hold itself steady in real life. And the beauty of the side plank is that it doesn't take long. Just 2 or 3 short holds on each side per day can make a big difference. Over time, you'll feel your waist, hips, and core getting stronger. You'll notice better posture when you walk, and you'll feel more stable turning, reaching, and moving through your day. So remember, the side plank is your insurance policy against sideways falls. It's simple, safe, and powerful. Practice it regularly, and you'll be building not just strength, but the confidence that comes with knowing your body can handle the challenges of everyday life. The 4th essential exercise for older adults is the lateral leg raise. This is one of the simplest movements you'll ever do, but it targets one of the most overlooked muscles in the body, the gluteus medius. This muscle sits on the side of your hip, and its main job is to keep your pelvis steady every time you take a step. Without it, walking becomes wobbly, your knees cave in, and your risk of falling goes way up. Here's how to do it step by step. Stand tall beside a sturdy chair, countertop, or wall for support. Place your feet about hip width apart, knees soft and relaxed. Hold onto the chair lightly with one hand for balance. Slowly lift one leg out to the side, keeping it straight and your toes pointing forward. Raise your leg only as high as feels comfortable. Even a few inches is enough at the beginning. Pause briefly at the top, then lower your leg back down with control. Repeat 10 to 12 times, then switch sides. That's one set. Aim for 2 to 3 sets per leg, a few times a week. Why is this exercise so powerful? Because the gluteus medius acts like the body's stabilizer. Imagine your pelvis as a bridge. The glute medius is the support beam that keeps that bridge level. If it's weak, the bridge tilts, and your body compensates in unhealthy ways. That's when you start to see hip pain, knee pain, or lower back strain. But when the glute medius is strong, your steps become more stable. You can walk longer distances, climb stairs with confidence, and recover more easily if you trip or stumble. In fact, research has shown that older adults who strengthen this muscle improve their gait and reduce their risk of falls by more than 25% within just 3 months. Here's the beauty of the lateral leg raise. It requires no equipment. You can do it standing in the kitchen while waiting for the kettle to boil, or even lying on your side on the bed. And if you want to make it more challenging, you can add a resistance band around your ankles, or do the exercise without holding onto the chair. Some common mistakes to watch for. Don't lean your body sideways to lift the leg higher. The goal isn't height, it's controlled movement. Don't swing the leg. Move slowly so the hip muscles do the work. Don't lock your standing knee. Keep it soft to protect your joint. If you're new to this, it's perfectly fine to lift the leg just a few inches. Over time, as your hip gets stronger, you'll naturally lift higher without strain. The payoff is huge. Better balance, better posture, stronger hips, and healthier knees. By strengthening this small but critical muscle, you're building the foundation for safe walking, smooth stair climbing, and confident movement. So don't skip the lateral leg raise. It may look simple, but it's a game changer for staying active and independent after 60. The 5th and final exercise is not about strength, but about recovery and mobility. It's called the child's pose. a gentle stretch that resets the body and the mind. At first glance, this might look like a resting position, but don't be fooled. Child's pose can relieve years of tension built up in your back, hips, and shoulders. It also improves flexibility in the joints that stiffen most with age. Here's how to do it. Start by kneeling on a soft mat or carpet. Sit your hips back toward your heels. Lean your torso forward, bringing your chest down toward your thighs. Stretch your arms out in front of you, palms resting on the floor. If that's uncomfortable, you can also place your arms alongside your body with palms facing up. Rest your forehead gently on the floor or on a pillow if you can't reach comfortably. Hold this position for 30 to 60 seconds, breathing deeply the whole time. Repeat 2 or 3 times, or simply use it as a relaxing finish to your workout. What makes child's pose so valuable? It gently stretches the spine, creating space between the vertebrae. This relieves pressure on the lower back and helps ease stiffness from sitting or standing too long. It also opens the hips, stretches the thighs, and relaxes the shoulders, all common tight spots for older adults. And it's not just physical. The deep, slow breathing in this position activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body that calms stress. That means lower blood pressure, reduced anxiety, and even better sleep. For many people, this pose feels like hitting the reset button on their body and mind. Now, modifications are easy. If kneeling hurts your knees, place a cushion or rolled-up towel between your hips and heels. If your head doesn't comfortably reach the floor, rest it on a yoga block or folded blanket. You can even do a version of Child's pose sitting in a chair by folding forward and letting your arms dangle toward the ground. Here's a tip. Focus on your breathing. Inhale slowly through your nose, feeling your back expand. Exhale through your mouth, letting your body sink deeper into the stretch. Each breath helps release more tension. The child's pose might look passive, but it's actually one of the most powerful ways to restore mobility and reduce pain. It improves circulation, loosens tight muscles, and gives your body a chance to recover after strength exercises. So whether you use it at the end of your routine or as a daily moment of relaxation, make Child's pose part of your practice. It is a gentle reminder that movement isn't just about strength. It is also about flexibility, recovery, and peace of mind.